like we've done. Okay, so let's do Kaalia. What are we gonna name it? The last one that we named was called like Kobolds Imps something.
All right, because we did the budget version.
Right.
So this is Demon, Dragons, and Angels. Oh my, it's the full version. We do have a few new things that we get to play with, but
Yes.
not much really. I think it's mostly just going to be some stuff from like the new uh demon deck and some of the new dragons.
Yeah, and yeah, like one new thing I like. I don't even know if it's worth it. What do you think about Bloodthirster? Like I think my thing about it is when I realized that it doesn't untap Kaalia, it only untaps itself. It just makes it like a creature that can attack and deal. Like it gets to basically just attack every player as a 6/6 flying trample. But like, is that good enough? I mean, I guess we can like just throw it in there.
I mean, yeah, I mean, technically, if there's no blocks, it is 18 damage you get to do around the table. I mean, it's whatever. We should probably put Kalia in first, though.
Yeah, it seems like a good idea. What's her full name? Of the Vet, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that they're both on TCG player. Because even
So,
though I have it set in the settings, it likes to make the first one Card Kingdom for some reason. I have it
so
set to be both TCG player. So let's just get through. So this has no budget, and
I'm still thinking
I
Master of
believe,
Cruelty is for the one shot potential
oh,
on
obviously,
somebody.
and
Yeah, it's just like
also just to say it, he plays like we can automatically before we even get to the creatures. I know he has a Mana Crypt, and he has Demonic Tutor. And like he has all the tutors, so we can just play those. Demonic Tutor, Vampiric. I think he might even play Enlightened. Uh,
is there really an enchantment he really wants to
oh,
grab?
oh yeah, the haste, like Fervor or like
Uh,
Lightning Greaves for Kaalia. Yeah, like there's some things like we can end up cutting Enlightened Tutor in the future, but I think that he runs most of that. I don't know what other tutors he runs actually. I probably should have looked at his deck list, but I know that it's for Matt. But he just wants to see like kind of like what an update looks like, I guess. But all right, so
we probably want to run a deflecting SWAT because we want to protect our commander
yes, that sounds
for
good.
free.
All right, now before we even get to the creatures too, we're gonna get Black Market Connection. Connections. Let's go with Phyrexian Arena. So originally his deck was built around doing like the World Gorger Dragon combo, but I think it's better to just not what I think it's better to just play value, and then that also frees up slots for like just good cards like these, and then like getting to play. What do you think, like Smothering Tithe? I think Smothering Tithe, right?
Yeah.
Uh, and then also
Uh,
I think
I
he.
still like the World Gorger combo just because sometimes you just want a way to end the game right there on the spot.
Mhm.
Because going value route could only go so far. Of like if your opponents are in an unbeatable board state, it's like sometimes just having that one way to insta win against the whole table. But we don't have to run it.
I'm trying to here. I'm gonna put it in the maybe board for right now, but World Gorger, because I think some reanimation is good too.
But so Aurelia the War Leader is the one that gets to untap, and there's an additional combat. And whenever War Leader attacks the first time each turn, untap all creatures you control after this phase, and there's an additional combat phase. We just want to make sure we don't fill up with too many spells because we need creatures to put into play and not have a
Oh,
situation where
he.
we're like
Mhm.
dead drawing into like a lot of non-creatures.
He does
And
have
then
this, I think. Okay. Oh yeah. I think he plays Necropotence. I know it's like a little hard to cast in those colors, but you kind of need as much gas back in the tank as you could do.
okay,
So is there any other just staple? Oh, Ruin It. He definitely wants Ruinous Ultimatum. I know he doesn't run that. Eckhart, correct. and is very good in a creature deck. And we can fix his land base too, because. But we'll leave this down here and think about it in a little bit. So I know that some people like to run like Dragon's Approach because it gives Kaalia haste. Or, the one that like when dragons enter, they deal damage, and then it gives all creatures with flying haste, I think. Or Dragon Tempest? Is that what it's
Yeah,
called?
Dragon Tempest is the one you're thinking of. It gives all flying creatures haste. Yeah.
Should we play this, you think?
The thing is, she puts them in tapped and attacking, so it's not like. I guess as if you just want to actually hard cast some of them.
Do you think it's better to just play like Fervor? You think?
Mm, well, doesn't Dragon Tempest cost one less technically, but it doesn't hit everything. But demons, dragons, and angels all have flying. So maybe Dragon Tempest just because it does actually get the ping off some damage. I don't know how relevant it'll end up being, but you never know. We have Master of Cruelties. Maybe it does actually matter.
So I'm thinking that this deck struggles so much that like I'm thinking I want to play any of the good ways to draw in these colors, Like I think even maybe the Diplomat, the Diplomat's always insane. And then should we do Esper Sentinel? What do you think about Esper Sentinel? These are just draw. Instead of playing like things like Sign in Blood, we're just gonna play it permanent based because there's a Marius Shepherd, which is a really good one with landfall, and we could maybe like play fetches to work around that. There's also loops with her, a Marius Shepherd.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Uh,
should we play Esper Sentinel or no? What about like Smuggler Share?
what's that new dude that whenever an opponent searches their deck, you get to draw a card?
You
I think
think
there's
that you
enough.
think that's better than Smuggler Share?
Well,
The guy.
not maybe no, maybe not Smuggler Share, but I don't know. Esper Sentinel can get paid for really easily because it's also only once a turn,
Mhm.
and it's also only like was it non-creature spell?
Because
Like it.
Smuggler Share is when they draw their second card, right? You get to
Mhm.
draw. So if you want to play this and the what's the dude called?
Isn't it
It's
like
like the
Onus or Unis or something like that?
yeah, it's something like Archivist. Is it Archivist of something? Is that
Is
it?
the Archivist of Ogma?
There we
Yeah.
go. That's pretty good.
So whenever they search their library, you get to gain a life and draw a card. And I think there's enough. It's so easy to tutor, like with either fetch lands, and everybody runs something that tutors. Now, like, when have you ever seen someone not tutor in their deck?
But I do think this is a little better. But the cool part about this is it has flash,
Yeah.
which is cool. But yeah, okay. So that's good for just like the draw.
Let's throw
Oh,
RuneScard in there because like it's
yes.
kind of a tutor value. Gets what we
Guard.
need.
We definitely want Villas.
Yes.
We definitely want Villas. We want Gisela.
We want Avacyn.
Yes, Avacyn. Gisela. No, not that one. Is it a Maria? Is that the other side of that thing?
Oh, wait, which one?
What's the other side of the
Oh,
Gisela?
Gisela. It's Bruna.
I have to read it. What does it do?
When you cast it, it reanimates a
Target
return
angel
angel
or
or
human.
human.
That's not that good. I don't even
No,
really like that.
like we have a few angels, but like they kind of dodge. I don't think trying to get the fusion is really worth it.
What's the?
What about
Go ahead.
what about this? Ishin 2 Heavens is 1. He's the human samurai that attacking creatures uh, trigger an ability. They trigger an additional time. So yes, Terror of the Peaks.
Ishin.
Ishin is like when you attack, basically you have to put in two things. And if we run some other stuff that has double attack triggers, like Aurelia, whenever it attacks, it would trigger twice.
Right, but remember she does. You whiff the first time, but then the second time, So we could put him in for now, but we have to see how many attack triggers we actually end up having at the end of it. What do you think about Goldspan Dragon?
I kind of like that.
Even though it's not like amazing, like not an amazing target to put out. It's just like being able to cast your stuff can be good too. What was the one we like? Do you like Demon Lord Belzenlock still?
It is a cool draw. Like, we have a lot of big drops in this deck, so it could almost kill us. But like,
Mhm.
he's not bad. I also kind of like
We'll put him in.
Balefire
We'll
Dragon.
put him in for now, but yeah, Balefire Fire Dragon's the classic.
Just burn the whole board.
You know, I'm not. I'm gonna be honest with you. It might be like good to just play like a ton of dragons because a lot of them are really good. Like, what are the extra combat ones? There's the Scourge of the Throne, right? That's the
And Hellkite Tyrant.
yeah Hellkite Tyrant.
No, Hellkite Tyrant. Never mind. Gains control of our artifacts.
No, yeah. What about the one that
It's the one that I know which one you're talking about. It's the one that has the
you could pay 7 and what about Ancient Copper Dragon?
Oh, it's Scourge of the Throne. That's what I'm thinking of.
Ancient Copper Dragon?
Yeah.
What about the black one? What is the black one called?
Isn't it? Isn't just ancient black dragon? No. No. Do we have any? No, it's not. Brass dragon. That's what it is. You put a number of target creatures with mana value X or less from graveyards on the battlefield
That
under
seems
your
good.
control.
It's a reanimator every turn.
Mm.
That seems good. There's got to be more good dragons. But the question is, like, do we play the ones that have like attack triggers? Like, how into dragons do we want to go?
I mean,
You know?
Udvar and Hellkite just seems good on it. Is really good on its own. That's the one that makes this the 6/6 dragons whenever
Yeah.
you attack with a dragon.
Yeah, it's a house. Okay, I'm trying to think of the best. Should we play Razaketh, or is that just like I don't think like if you're playing like the all-in world like worldly tutor, I don't think Razaketh is worth it. Like I'm gonna put Razaketh in the maybe board, but I don't think Razaketh is worth it because you have to sack one of your like big creatures. Like yeah, you can like sack Kaalia, I guess, but that's also doesn't sound that amazing, you know? Like you're not really making tokens, you know? Should we play Helm of the Host?
I like him. I like Mia Helm.
Maybe
It
that's
can get a
that,
little expensive and to put in though at times and equipped.
but we can,
But
we can between Copper Dragon and like if we there's a decent amount of ways to ramp to like not care, you know. We just got to make sure we're playing a good amount of ramp, and that's actually pretty easy. Uh, okay.
um, oh, what's that angel that exiles something? No, destroys. Angel of Despair. When it enters the battlefield, destroy target permanent.
Seems good. Trying to think of any
What do you feel about Lysaea,
brain
the forgot?
stealer. Hold on, I just want to look at this. I had a
Oh, it's the reanimate on the dragons. You lose life.
no. Oh, is it at the beginning of each end step, exile the top card of each opponent's library? You may play those cards for as long as they remain exiled. If you cast a spell this way, you may spend. This seems good, right?
Well, the bomb is whenever a non-life permanent your opponent owns enters the battlefield under your control, you lose life equal to its mana value. So every time you do it, you lose. You basically reanimate.
But like if
life
you're just
lost.
playing like instant or sorceries, right?
True, yeah.
Plus, it's like free value, and it says you can play them, and it works like right after the turn that you use Kaalia. I mean, I guess like you have to be careful with it.
I mean, you also just don't have to cast it, and it does put things in exile. So like you are making them lose cards that they can't get back.
Should we just
Unless
play
you cast
like
them.
Exquisite Blood or Whip or something to like give some lifelink?
I do like whip. Also, I do like in a deck like this, like True Conviction, double strike and lifelink.
Oh, that does sound yes.
That's a lot of life.
Yeah, that does sound really good.
Gisela, the Forgotten Archangel, she's the one that has whenever a non-token creature you control dies, you put it back in your hand at the beginning of the next end step, which is really nice with our commander because it puts
what
it
is
in
it called? Say it again.
It's Lisa, the Forgotten.
Oh,
Forgotten
Lisa.
Archangel.
I thought you said Giselle.
Sorry, Lisa or Liesa or whatever, however you say it.
How do you spell it?
It's Liesa.
No, you probably said it right. I just heard Gisela. And which one is it?
Forgotten Archangel. Actually, thinking about it, that's actually it. Also makes it so creatures
Ooh.
your opponents die would exile
I
instead.
do like that. Seems
And
good.
also, just being able to put, like, say your opponent board wipes, they all get exiled, or they all die, and then they go back into your hand. And that means if you have our commander back in play, it gets to start putting them back into play again.
Karmic Guide?
Oh, yep, I love a Karmic Guide. That's actually really funny with Liesa, because you just let it die, and it
Oh,
goes back into your hand.
Derek, what's the one that reanimates a creature every upkeep? That's like 7 mana.
Oh, Ray of Dawnbringer. I remember that one.
Is there any other infinites with Helm? I don't think so. That are angels, dragons, no. These are in limbo right now because I don't know how I feel about it.
Hmm.
So terror, is there anything else? Like, did we want to play Scourge? My thing about Scourge is like, the one that deals. If I'm thinking of the right card, the one that deals damage equal to the amount of dragons. It's like, if we're not playing like an exorbitant amount of dragons, like, I'm not a huge fan of it, you know.
No, I agree. I think Terror does just a much better job.
And
'Cause it's just,
Udvara Hellkite, it starts making tokens on its own and like gets going on its own, you know.
even on its own, it goes from 1 to 2 and 2 to 4, which is already to like what, 20, almost what, 6, 12, 24 damage.
Yes.
Um, what if we run a Grand Abolisher just to like
So
make
go
things real awkward?
Grand Abolisher. Is there any angel, demon, or dragon that does that? No, not in these
No,
colors.
no. The only thing is like the equipment that does it. But like just throwing that out. Plus, it's really easy for us to reanimate creatures. So like having him out there could really mess with people's like ability to like do stuff to us on our turn when we're doing our things.
I'm a big Granny B fan.
Um, Harvester of Souls could be a kind of interesting way to draw some cards when things die.
Harvester? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Death Touch Demon Boy.
Oh,
Non-creature
no, we
dies,
should
draw a card.
definitely play that.
Okay, Archfiend of Depravity is like another kind of like weird kind of board wipe for our opponents. I know it's like not super. It's actually getting up there in price randomly for a rare from not that long ago. That's where they have to sacrifice all but 2 creatures at the end
Oh,
of the
love
turn.
it. Such a fucking nightmare.
It is. Every day we want like because we want everything to be kind of a threat in this. Anything that's not like a value engine needs to be a threat. And if you look at like we have reanimation stuff, dealing damage, drawing a bazillion cards, stealing your cards, killing all your creatures, killing permanents.
So I'm thinking what we do is we play fetch lands in this one, and with as many legal targets as we could play, and care we put in Morog.
Okay.
Because we have Amelia too, so like it's worth oh god, how do you spell it? M-O, is it like that?
I think it's I know it's like
Is it like this? With an A?
let me check. It's Moraug.
Oh, also, Matt has duels, so we could throw those in too. Which is Scrubland, right? Scrubland. Badlands. Badlands. So we have more legal targets. Badlands and what's the other one? The
Plateau.
Plateau. That's the cheaper one. Okay. Just as a reminder when we go to do the fetches. Which I mean I guess we could just do right now to just like so we don't forget it. Alright, so it's Blood Crypt. And then it's
Godless Shrine.
Yep, Godless Shrine. And then we'll play the Triome.
Don't forget Sacred Foundry.
Yeah, Sacred Foundry. Yes. And then we'll play the Triome, which is which one?
Savia Triome.
Savia Triumph. Okay, so that's that, and then we got, oh god, what are the fetches in these colors? Arid Mesa?
Arid Mesa.
Yeah.
Marsh Flats. And the Bloodstained Mire.
So we could probably play more black and red. So we could play like what? Maybe like one extra black and one extra red.
Luxury Suite.
No. For fetches.
Oh, fetches. So let's go Pluto Delta because it's black and I like blue.
And it's a
and you want it for one for red.
Whichever the cheapest ones are, Polluted Delta. I think this one's more expensive.
Funny thing, Scalding Tarn is the more expensive one.
You mean cheaper?
I mean the cheaper one. Scalding Tarn is cheaper than like the polluted. If you're looking for black, actually, Verdant Catacomb is the cheapest than for black.
No, that's fine.
Catacomb is like $20 compared to $44 for Polluted Delta.
Should we just play one more fetch? We could play one more, right?
We can also just play. Yeah.
Wait, should we play? Should we play like another white one? I guess.
Let's just play.
Windswept?
Sure.
Just one extra targetable for each. Okay, especially with the Triome, like they're never really gonna be dead. So should we play more targets? Like, should we play any of the like? There's some in these colors, right? We should play them, right? If we're gonna play like an ass ton of fetches, which we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We could maybe play one more black fetch and a tutor, like a target, because the Mary Shepherd and Morog are so good that it's worth making them work.
So the tutorable one, like the tuturables in these colors, are tap lands, and
it's fine. Just
there's actually only one other one, which is Smoldering Marsh.
We could play that. That's it, really?
Yeah, because the Horizon Land isn't tutorable unless you're talking about like just tap Snowland.
Well, I don't know if we go that far.
Because at least Smoldering Marsh is the one that can enter on tap if we go 2 or more basics. So at least it enters on tap potentially. Yeah, but Mardu actually does not have a lot of.
Because everybody has the new ones and the Snowlands, but yeah.
Yeah, we actually don't have a lot of tuturables outside of the ones that we've picked
just
already.
Just got.
Yeah.
There's the new ones, but they're just worse than Snowlands, and they all enter tapped. But I think we have 8 legal targets for like 8 fetches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 6 fetches. We're playing 6 fetches.
Plus, we're gonna run some basics too. So at worst, we could just grab some basics.
Yeah, and if we run like a decent amount of basics, we can maybe like jam in like a Fabled Passage or something. We'll see how it plays out.
You can also just run like a Mystic Confluence and a City of Brass. Really worried about it. Throw an Urborg in there.
Command Tower. City of Brass. City. And Urborg. No, not Confluence. Mana Confluence. You said Mystic Confluence there.
Sorry, my bad.
Derek, you said the right card because we should be playing blue. No, I'm just kidding.
I had a bad migraine this morning. I ended up staying home and then waking up at like 12 o'clock after sleeping it off. So I'm a little out of it and my head still hurts, but
it's all good. So we're going for more of like you can come back kind of build. You know, it's definitely different, and I'm kind of like a fan. I think we should stay away from caring about this kind of stuff and just play like the best that you can play.
So, do you think we should run in a Chroma's Will for the big beefy I kill everybody for you protect our board?
I don't even have to think about it as it's going in. we know what that card does. That card ends games. That's the Craterhoof Behemoth of Mardu.
Especially in how big
it's also like this.
Yeah.
Which we'll get into the kill and stuff because there's a billion options for kill spells. But is there any other kill or anything that we should be playing? Like, do we want like a Steel Hellkite or like, is there other things that we want to play? Like, There has to be some things that we're missing that are angels, demons, and dragons. We
What do you
definitely
think
want to get the
about
creature count up.
what do you think about Burning Rune Demon in ETBs? And you search for two cards with different names. What if we
That
just
sounds
what
really good.
and what if we just find like a reanimation angel and like a creature that we really want, like a reanimation
Or
creature?
Helm and Aurelia.
Yeah, so it's like, oh, well, the thing is, one of them goes to the graveyard. So that's what
Oh,
I was
right, right,
saying.
right,
Like,
right,
you
right.
grab like a Karamic guide, or like you grab a reanimation spell.
Should we
I
put? Do you think we should put animate and dance in? I think that that's probably fine, right?
I actually almost think that like Phyrexian,
Reclamation.
because
Oh
it
well,
puts it in the hand.
we should definitely play that.
Yeah,
And do you think like Palisade because we got some big boys? I think this is a Palisade deck.
yeah, because putting him back into the hand is like I think the
Well,
best thing
this
we can
goes into
do.
play.
Not puts in the hand.
No, Palisade. At the
Yeah,
beginning of your upkeep, return target creature card from your. Oh, it is to hand.
yeah.
Oh my god, I've been playing that card wrong for a very long time.
Oh, wow, that'd be busted if it just reanimated for free every turn. Jeez, that's a Shieldred, my dude. You
Oh my
got me
god.
pissed.
Jesus Christ, I've been cheating for so long.
What about a Linvala just to make people really angry? You're fucking activate features.
Derek. Oh, isn't there like there's another one, right? Oh no,
No, not that
not that
one.
one. There's another Rakdos, right? There's
Yeah,
like an annoying Rakdos, right?
well, there's Rakdos Lord of Riots that whenever player they it's like they call makes creature spells cost one less for each one life your opponent's lost this turn. Um, I think are you thinking of the new one that destroys everything that's not like a demon imp or
No, there's the showstopper. No, not the
oh
showstopper. There's another Rakdos. There's the Lord of Riots, and then
I think
there's one that this one, the Defiler.
oh the OG one.
When it deals combat damage, so when it attacks, sacrifice half the non-demon permanents you control. Actually, it's kind of cheeky, but I know Matt plays it because its first effect is horrible because it gets around Kaalia. But we don't gotta play it. I mean, Lord of Riots isn't the worst thing in the universe, right?
No, because like we have a lot of beefy boy, like really expensive things, and we can actually just like hardcast a bunch.
And then it's as long as an opponent, yeah, like that's just seems like a good card. It just makes everything cost less.
Oh, here's one. Karlach, Fury of Avernus. He's one of the other additional attack dudes, but he doesn't have to attack. It's just whenever you attack, if it's the first combat, you untap all attacking creatures. They gain first strike.
Seems good.
I know he's not technically like any of the creature types, but like.
Oh, Dark, what's the guy that you pay 7 to take an extra comp? We never found that.
Oh right.
The
That's the dragon. Let me find. Catch me outside. Let me find out. Nope.
Do you think we should play Lightning Greaves?
Hellkite Charger and yes.
Lightning Greaves and Swiftfoot?
At least Lightning Greaves. Swiftfoot. I guess we could, yeah.
I know Matt's been playing them, and they are definitely helpful. And it really just matters for the Kaalia to be able to attack.
And the other one, and it's a Hellkite Charger.
I got Hellkite Charger.
Oh, okay. What about how many alphabet soup do we have? Because there's the one Achroma.
Well, Kaalia, she's got flying. Oh, should we play Cap No Blocks? What do you think about Cap No Blocks?
That's if we're not winning with a combo, it's not the worst idea.
Cap No Blocks is really good.
Do you want to start maybe looking at some other spells?
Yeah, I think that looks good. We definitely need to do the ramp. We got to do the ramp first.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
we
true.
could do all the signets and all the talismans. So we got Rakdos signet. Actually, hold on. Just Rakdos signet Boros.
Boros and Orzov. Yeah. Definitely want that arcane signet.
Yes. And then we want the talismans, which is talisman. So
Yeah,
we
so
got
conviction,
this
hierarchy, and
one.
indulgence.
Look, that fresh reprint. $2. Look at all the talismans, Derek. We
Yeah,
did it. We killed them. They're dead.
and then now it was the Painland's turn. We didn't get all of them, but we
Derek,
got.
you're asking too much. Stop. Jesus Christ.
We should still run Soul Ring.
What do you think about Vault of the Archangel?
I like Vault.
Giving Death Touch lifelink. Oh, stop it. No one asked you to get full screen. Soaring. We definitely need other ramp. Maybe Chrome Lantern?
I was gonna say Chromatic Lantern, yeah.
Yeah, because, like, this deck is all over the place with.
I like Felwar in 3-color decks because I think there's a higher probability of at least tapping for 1 to 2 of the colors that we need.
Seems fine.
2 mana rock, it lets us get our commander out like just that much quicker.
What about Hall of Heliots? Got some busted ass enchantments.
Yeah, okay.
You know, I think we swap this for one of the reanimation. Like, Dance is the one that enters tapped, right? So this is a little better. Okay, so. Or maybe we just don't even need it. Because we actually have some creatures that reanimate things. Do we want to play Hall of Healing? Oh, I got it. Okay, good. And then now let's.
Wait,
So
for utility land, what about Shizo Death Storehouse? It gives a legendary creature fear. Maybe it's a good way to get our commander to swing through if people end up having like we're playing against like there's a blue flyers or something. It just gives it fear, so it has to be black or an artifact.
okay, so MDFC lands Sajiri Shelter. And then and I guess Academes, which is going to be expensive, but you know, it's still a thing. Valakut or Malakir? Do you like either one of those?
Um,
With the big ass creatures that we have, I think a Malakir Rebirth sounds good.
I just don't want to go too heavy into these.
Yeah. I think 3 is fine. Alright, so now the interaction, we got Generous Gift. We got Anguished Unmaking. What else? Heliod's Intervention.
Deadly Rollick.
Oh yeah, Deadly Rollick. Deadly Rollick. Heliod's Intervention, or what do you think?
Yeah, I guess we could.
Or would you rather run like another permanent one? Because there's another one we could play, right? Like we could play like Utter End. You want to play like Utter End?
Yeah, I just don't want to go too heavy, and so like, let's try to keep removal somewhat light. We do have a bunch of removal creature base wise. I just don't want to clog up our hand. I know it's not a ton, but like I just want to make sure we don't end up clogging our hand up too much with
Mhm.
non creature spells.
Okay, so now, oh god. All right, we already have 21 lands though, so I gotta add in a swamp.
Oh, I completely forgot we could run an Imperial Seal too if you wanted to.
We could do that.
Just like that another tutor. Every tutor also does kind of pseudo take the place of a draw card because instead of trying to dig for answers and continued value, we could just search for what we need to get ahead.
Mhm.
But sometimes just having a lot of answers and a lot of stuff in your hand
Okay,
is
so
better.
the other lands we want. Now we want like luxury suite.
Well, how many basics don't we? Do you add more basics or no? I guess we're fine for now with tutoring and whatnot.
Yeah, we have
Um,
like 8 or 9 legal targets, but let's at least get in luxury suite. Let's at least get in that line, which is luxury suite and what's the black
nice
white one?
luxury suite. Sorry, let me find.
The other two
No,
are
it's
new.
Vault of Champions and spectator seating.
Okay, so those, and then that's at 27 with 3 MDFCs. That's still 30 lands. So let's at least put each basic up by 1. So we'll play
Yeah.
two of each. That puts us at 33. So we could play the Pains, and that's
Well,
36.
I was gonna say Haunted Ridge, the one the turn 3 land and afterlands.
Oh yes, yeah. Yes. Haunted Ridge.
Um, Shattered Sanctum. Let's see, that's the black. So it's the black red one is what I'm missing.
No, we got that one.
Haunted Ridge.
No, we got that one. I
Oh,
think
the
that was
Sundown
the first.
Pass. Oh, Sundown Pass. That's what I missed. No, it's the red white.
Okay, so that leaves us at 33 plus. Yeah, so we got the 3 MDFCs. So we're only 6 over. That's pretty good.
All right.
So we have 34. Okay. I think we keep all of this because we're already light on most things. We're definitely not cutting any lands. I think Agadeems is actually pretty bad here because it's a lot of mana. I think we should just go up on a swamp. Wait, let's see our color. Actually, we can look. Hold on.
You also have an Urborg. Oh, look. Is that like an even split almost?
Yes,
It's just a little bit less on white.
there's a, there's like a, yeah. So, yeah. Does it have the color? No. Yeah. So it's almost split. So then we'll just. Would you say it's a little bit more on white?
It's minus white, so it's mostly black red.
So since we have Urborg, we'll go up on a mountain, and we have
Okay.
Shizo, and we're still playing Malakir and a white MDFC. So I guess go up on a mountain.
Yeah, I think that'll be fine.
Uh, okay. And I still like Malakir, and we could do Hagar Mauling or
No, I think that's getting a little too much. It's a lot of tap
okay.
lands. 'Cause remember, sometimes we're going to want to play them as lands. And I've had instances where like I have 3 turns of tap lands because all I've drawn is MDFCs.
Yeah,
And like
that does suck.
so sometimes it's awkward because as much as like we like to use them as spells, like if they're lands, you want to play them as lands. I notice it most in the rogue deck because a lot of times I play them as rogues so they're cheap. But like if I didn't have lands, it's like there was like a lot of tap lands with how many there were.
Mhm. You know
Um,
what? Learning now that Pal Siege is to hand, I might swap it back out for She-Holder in my demon deck. Because I kind of forgot that it's to hand. I've been playing that card wrong for a long time, but I'll do that later.
Rip.
Hold on. Okay, cool.
You know,
All right.
I don't know. I don't know if we added this, but Saphira the Skyblade. I forgot. It's another thing. It's like it gives other flying control creatures indestructible, and you can pay 1 white
Oh,
and
we
tap.
definitely want that.
It just back up Avacyn.
Okay, so we can cut Linval.
Yeah.
That's just a mean card.
I think the dragon that exiles from the top of their deck would be like another one for me to
Yeah,
cut.
yeah, because you could potentially it could do a lot of damage to you. Do you think maybe Bells and Lock too? Do you think like there's too many high costed
We
things?
have yeah, we have a really. It's like basically going to keep going until we hit a mana rock. Is so like
Which
it's a.
we well how okay, so how many things are we playing
Oh, we don't have. We didn't add a reliquary tower. Minus that mountain and put reliquary. I think it's worth running.
Oh, also I think we should play maybe swap Felwar Stone for the
Decanter.
yeah.
I was gonna say I like Decanter more in this because the way I think about it, if well, actually, let me think. Hmm. So Thought Vessel on turn 2 lets us play our commander turn 3.
But the
Decanter,
colors.
Decanter doesn't, but colors are kind of important because we need one of each to
Right.
play her.
And I think we're pretty good on the two and one drops. He's got mana crypt too. Like it's like 10. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 sources. So that's almost an entire ramp lineup that just plays that shit
Plus the
easily.
land, not land. We also have the gold span, which we kind of accelerate us a little bit too.
And Age of Copper Dragon. Do we think this is just like?
Yeah, I was just about to say. I think Bloodthirster could kind of go too.
Mm.
I don't really super care. I want
Do you
everything
think
to
this
hit.
too?
Yeah, I think that's another thing that like it's just keep. I think we have enough value and draw now that we don't need stuff like that. And what's that put us up to?
We're at 103. I don't think we're
I, really,
touching. I don't think we're touching this.
I don't
I
want to
think.
touch any more creatures either.
Yeah. I think everything else is important. Uh, I like all these Grand Abolisher, but people don't realize like the breath. Like you just take a breath. Like it's like so easy to play with this kind of card, especially when you just get to kill people with this. Uh. hmm,
Maybe Enlightened Tutor. Our enchantments are good, but they're not like I
Dark.
win the game.
Well, but getting back into the game is important. Like a lightning tutor for necropotence, this or this, like getting back into the game. Also, true conviction. I think it's worth keeping, or we just swap it out for a black tutor because we could just play like grim tutor. You want to do that,
Yeah, I'd rather just play like a bit like a hard tutor.
especially with no budget. Like I'd rather just play grim tutor and not play enlightened. The only reason why you care about enlightened is if you're in CDH and you need everything to be instant speed, but we don't need to
And
do
like
that.
1 mana.
Yeah. So like we could just play the sorcery speed ones that are just 100 times better. And I mean we get the best one, the two best of all time. So I think all this stays. This is not getting touched.
Yeah.
I think we can't cut on any of these. Everything here is too good and we're already kind of low on our removal. But then again, we do have a godlike one-sided board wipe and I think all this stays too.
We're also like we're not
Maybe
super.
this?
I guess
Hold
yeah.
on, how many dragons? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, hold on. Let's count the attack triggers. So this is deals damage, enter.
One up to the attack trigger there of the double attack. 2 gold span is 3.
This technically works.
Yeah, 4,
So I think Ishin comes out. I think it's cute to put
5. So
Kaalia.
we have 5, and I guess with our commander 6. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's not that amazing. I think we actually did our ramp so well in this deck that we're just gonna be able to cast good stuff at a point.
Hmm.
And he's also not a demon dragon or like giving us any value other than like putting another creature out, which is like good, I guess. But we're actually playing a lot of extra combat stuff, so it should happen pretty easily. And I think 30 creatures is fine. Unless we're probably missing some demons and dragons that we're not even thinking about.
And the other one demon I was thinking of is the one that the one that you pick an opponent whenever, or two opponents or two players, whenever one takes damage, the other does. He's pretty good. Was it the Archfiend of whatever?
Oh, and there's also the one that's like, they take double the damage, right? Isn't Archfiend a depravity like the one that makes it so they can't gain no. The other Archfiend.
I think it's a few of them.
This one. Oh, I
Yeah,
saw it. I saw it.
you want the
This one deals
chains,
double
yeah.
damage. We definitely want that. And then is this the...
No, that wasn't. Yeah, no, I mean not the.
What's the one that chooses
No, it wasn't an Archfiend then. Maybe it was a demon.
I do like the one you're talking about. I remember what it is. I actually think that this one's kind of nuts.
Mm-hmm.
They take double damage basically. Oh my god. Should we run Firing Emancipation?
No, it's just like another, like, it's filling up a lot of spots to like if we want to go that heavy into it, I would just say, like, if we want to do like Fire Emancipation and all and that stuff and just go big and go home, I would like want to start cutting down on like removal. Because like we're at that point when we're swinging for like 36 damage, I don't care about you blocking. You're just gonna die and lose what you have. So we don't
Yeah,
really
I
need
guess
that as
what we
much.
have is fine right now. We don't have any
There's
things
a
that
route,
give double strike other than this that like can be played off of.
and pseudo Gisela, I guess. But our things are also huge and flying, and also no blocks.
Okay, so now we...
So here where I think it just comes down to personal preference. Would you like to keep like the constant draw ability? Do you want the protection removal ability? It's just kind of, here's where like you pick. Well, what do you prefer?
I don't think this
What's the
deck
best?
needs 4 tutors. I think that's a little pushing it. We're already playing the best ones. And it technically has the rune scar too. Also, do we think that like maybe the burning scar like this one, because we don't really have... I mean, I guess like we can get the Amaria thing and dump something, but like...
Like Avacyn. So it's either you put Avacyn to our hand, which is going to get put out on attack, or you're going to give us a Karmic Guide and Avacyn, and we're just going to reanimate it. So we're getting
or the Amaria.
yeah, or getting Giselle and Aurelia, and like, okay, we're getting extra combat or double damage. Take your pick.
Yeah.
It's pseudo tutoring you two cards to
Yeah,
the
no,
to
it seems good enough for me.
or you're like, okay, cool, I pick Vamp Tutor, Demonic Tutor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting the card I want. You don't have a say in this.
We get a couple 3 more cards.
I don't know. I'm gonna leave this one up to you, Tom. This is not my preferred playstyle. In a deck like this, I'd probably just want to run as much. In my personal style, would be like keep the draw, keep the creatures, cut removal, because I just want to keep seeing more creatures and putting them to play and not worrying about what my opponents are doing and just trying to kill them before it matters.
We're only running 4 pieces of removal.
That's that's less than 3. And deflecting swat's kind of just like a protection spell. But again, that's my play style. Is just going like, if I'm going to go for this style, I'm going to go in and I'm going to try and.
What's the guy that like you hit your opponent and you get like you get to play a creature for free? We forgot him. And did you figure out the guy that like chooses 2 players?
Oh, sorry, no, I was stopped looking.
Is it Lord of the Pits? Is that the name of the...
I don't think so.
No, the one that I'm thinking of. No. What's the one that like became a lot of money that like you hit a player and you get to look at the top 7 and put a creature for free?
Oh, Lord of the Void.
That dude cracked. We gotta play
I
him.
like that dude. Sower of Discord.
Okay, so now, yeah, because all that extra damage adds up. Is the Brass Dragon good?
I think it's just okay. Because there's the instances where like there's no creatures in graveyard, so putting him into play, and if he's like one of the only things left in our hands, just like I put a 7/6 into play. And I think we have more than enough ways to recurse stuff in this deck that like we're not really worrying about like reanimating for
But
ourselves.
doesn't it hit any?
It does hit anything, so it can't hit our opponents too.
Okay, so I like all this. I don't think any of that's getting cut. What about the? You think Bells and Lock? What do you think about Bells and Lock?
I think he could go.
Okay.
I still think he's gonna hurt us a lot. Like we'll end up drawing like 30 cards and be like, huh.
Yes.
Mm.
12 sources of ramp seems good for this kind of deck.
Because sometimes like our commander's gonna get targeted. Like the rarely does she get to just stick around and do whatever she wants.
I think the Tempest.
All right, we can cut that. Like haste isn't like super important, and some of the stuff already has it anyway.
And you used to need it for the Infinite, like the World Gorger Dragon stuff. And we do have Swiftfoot and Lightning still, which is good. So we just need to cut one card.
Is Helm just like too cute? Like, do we
No.
really need Helm?
Yes. Because that's so Helm fixes the problem of we're putting out one creature a turn and like only putting out like one or two threats. Like Helm is like, cool, now this Archfiend is gonna become two Archfiends a turn if you don't deal with it. And everything is enough of a threat in this deck that putting a Helm on it, I guess aside from that. I mean, even putting it on this, I'd be kind of happy with, on the Mangara the Diplomat. But like most of the things that we have here are enough of a threat that having two of them is gas. Like imagine getting it on like a Runescarred Demon or like a Burning Rune Demon or like, the extra combat ones or like a Morag or like Udvar Hellkite. Like literally all of these are just gas. And I guess the Master of the Cruelties is like the only dead one, but like we have to play that because it's a way to kill people.
Yeah, taking out the most threatening player to you.
Mm.
But you can also
How does this work if it gets copied?
with like Archfiend with like
If there's a second one, do they
it would
lose
trigger
double?
yeah.
That's
Well no,
disgusting.
yeah, they would each trigger separately. So it's
Yeah,
like if you lost 10 life, you lose 10 and then you lose another 10.
that's dumb. That means you're just dead.
Yeah.
Like I think most of the things here are good enough that putting it on, maybe I kind of like Rakdos though.
Yeah, I think like if you like okay, Kaalia into him on a turn, next turn swing, do a bunch of damage, put another thing in.
Yeah, and
Then
then
you
we also get to
potentially
cast something, so it's like we
then
get to play two things, which this deck has trouble with. There's probably some stuff that we're missing that we're not even thinking about, but it's fine. All right, we only need to cut one card. Uh, hmm. I like all of this. That's so
yeah,
the second,
she's
the
really good at
second,
things
the
like this.
second part. Yeah.
Especially that part too. Yeah, it's like people don't like forget that it does that. And it's like, oh wait.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Tom, executive call. We cut utter end. We don't need it. We take out that one piece. Let's go. We don't need
Or
it.
Deadly Rollick, I guess.
True. Yeah, it's harder to hit, and it's not as important. At least utter end can get rid of anything. Okay, cut the rollick and let's go.
But such bad blue players. All right, fine.
We had to think. We had to think like the aggro mage.
Okay. Garbage hand. Garbage hand.
No land hand. Gotta love it.